Yeah, morning or before I start, anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Fine. So Python. So what are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. Yes. First thing, like very less code we see in Python, very less coding we see in Python, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming languages. Simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes. All right. The syntaxes of Python looks like normal English statements. They are not as complex. You will be getting the recorded sessions, right? Everyone, you'll be getting the session. No need. Yes, simple syntaxes. Multi-programming features. Python has got multi-programming features, right? Interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications we can create. Many built-in libraries. Many built-in libraries. So very less coding, simple syntaxes, multi-programming features, interactive mode, we can easily interact. State wide varieties of applications we can create. Any kind of applications we can create using Python, like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, desktop applications, right? So many built-in libraries, nearly 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains, right? Yes. Yeah. So today I discussed like Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installation, and Python execution modes, right? So Python, before I go with Python installation, you need to know something about PSF, Python software foundation, right? Python software foundation. PSF is a PSF. It is a non-profit organization. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yes.
Sir, your voice is not clearly audible, sir.
Is my voice clear to all? Once again, can anyone please confirm?
Yes, clear.
Yes, it is clear.
Now clear, sir.
It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year. It was launched in the year, right? Yes. 2001. PSF, Python Software Foundation, was launched in the year 2001, almost more than 20 years ago. The main objective of this PSF, right? Yes. To foster the development of Python, from version to version, right? Okay. In the year 2005, PSF, Python Software Foundation, received Computer World Horizon Award. Computer World the president for this PSF, nothing but the personality who introduced Python, who developed Python. The same person is the president, right? For this PSF, Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum is the personality who developed Python, who introduced Python. The same personality, right, is the president for this PSF, Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum, right? And headquarters, where are the headquarters? Headquarters in Delaware, US. Delaware, US, right? Yes. Official website, yes. Python.org, official website, python.org, right? Yes, Tarun Kumar, yes, it's an online class. Yeah. So the president for this is Guido van Rossum, the headquarters at Delaware, US, official website, python.org. See, this python.org is the official website for Python, from where we will be downloading Python and we'll be installing Python from it. Okay. Okay, fine. So objective to foster the development of Python. The year 2005 PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. President Guido van Rossum, headquarters Delaware, US, official website python.org, right? So Python versions, before I go with Python installation, something about this Python versions, right? Python 1.x version released in the year 1989. Yes. Python 2 version 2.x. 2.x means 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. The first 2 version was released in the year 2000. The version what we are using currently is 3 version. 3.x. The first 3 version was released in the year 2008. The latest version of Python. Python 3.11, right? Latest version of Python is Python 3.11. Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python is Python 3.9. Python 3.9. Yes. Stable version of Python, Python 3.9, right? Yes. Stable version is nothing but mostly used version. mostly used version, right? Yes. That is regarding Python versions. We'll be installing Python 3.11, the latest version of Python, right? 3.11, right? Python installation. Python installation, right? Yes. So I'll go to this control panel, right? Start programs, settings, apps and features. Python 3.11. This Python 3.11 is there, right? 3.11.4. I'll just uninstall it. I'll show you from the scratch how to download and how to install Python. So Python provides different softwares for different environments. For Windows, for Linux and Mac OS. For Linux, no need to install Python. Automatically, Python comes as inbuilt within the Linux, right? So directly we can use it. So in Windows and Mac OS, we are supposed to install it. For Windows, it provides two things, two softwares it provides for Windows. For Windows 32-bit, for Windows 64-bit. So two softwares it provides for Windows. So if your Windows is a 32-bit, select 32-bit software. If your Windows is a 64-bit, right, download the 64-bit Python software. How will you check whether your Windows is a, how do you check, right, whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? So just I'll minimize it, let the installation go. Right click on your, okay, just right click on your, yes, File Explorer, all right. And say properties, show that, right, system type, system type, right, 64-bit operating system, or it shows 64-bit or 32-bit operating system. Yes. So if it is 64-bit operating system, just download 64-bit Python software. If it is 32-bit, you're supposed to download 32-bit Python software. Fine. So now uninstallation is completed, right? Uninstallation was successful. Close it, right? Fine. Now to download Python to install Python, right? Yes. Now I'll just open this Chrome browser, right? Say what is the official website for Python, right? What is the official website for Python? www.python.org. Python.org is the official website from where we can download, right? Python.org is the official website. Yes, within that you can see the documentation of Python for each and every Python release. What are the new features for introduced? Which are the things which are got removed? Everything you can be interact with this documentation of Python. See in the downloads folders, if you want downloads, all releases. Click this all releases, right? Yes. Okay. Downloads all releases. Downloads all releases. Scroll down to this. Don't go for active Python release. Go for looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. You can see all the Python versions from the last 20 years, right? You can see all the Python versions which are available from the last 20 years, from June 22, 2001 onwards, right? The Python 2 version onwards, right? Okay. Can you see this 3.11.4, 3.11.4, June 6th, 2023, almost like 1.5 months back it was introduced. June 6, 2023. Click this Python 3.11.4. You click it. Yes, Python 3.11.4 will be opened, and you can scroll down to the bottom of this page. Yes, if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you will see files there. So Windows installer 32-bit or 64-bit, whichever you want. That if your Windows is 64-bit, just download that 64-bit. And for Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. For Mac OS 64-bit universal installer, right? Yes. So go for 64-bit. Yes, just if you click it, your download is going to start.
Sir, can I have Python? So this 3.9.13. So can I continue the classes on this, or do I need to install later?
3.9 is fine, but still if you want 3. Multiple versions of Python can be installed. 3.9 and even 3.9 also can be installed.
Currently continue with the 3.9.1.
3.9 you can write. Fine, 1 second, some network issue.
Sir, my laptop is Windows 7, sir.
So for Windows 7, okay, download somewhere the versions like 3.8 version, 3.7 version.
Sir, but I
3.7.
download 2.7.5.
Two version and 3 version, we have got a lot of differences, right? So download 3.7. Python 3.7, right? Yes. So 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different domains, right? So all these modules you won't see along with the Python software, because see the Python software size is 24 MB of size. All the 89,000 modules, if it is included, right, size will be in GBs, right? So only the commonly used Python modules are included within this Python software. Yes. And all the remaining modules like data science related, database related, big data related, all the modules you won't see. Later I'll show you how to download and how to install them by using a component called pip, PIP. There is a component called a pip, which quickly downloads and installs any external modules of Python. Modules which are not part of Python software, we call them as external modules. How to download and install the external modules using a component called pip, PIP, right? So the version what we are installing is the latest version of Python 3.11.4. Yes, 3.11.4, right? Yes. 64-bit, yes. So once your download is completed, right? Yes. Click it. Okay, click this .exe file, right? Click this exe file, which was right. You will get this window. You will get this window, right? So don't immediately go for installation. Just at the bottom, add Python to path. Means adding Python to the path variable of OS, right? Just select it. Select the last one. Okay. Go for customize installation. Right? So you will see the documentation. Just now I was talking about pip, right? which installs any external modules, ideally where you are going to write the Python code, test it. So nothing to select, everything are pre-selected only. Everything are pre-selected. Just say next. So here also nothing to select. Here, can you see where your Python installation location, where your Python is getting installed? In C, in users, in Dell, in app data, in local programs, Python 3.11, somewhere in some subdirectories it is getting installed, right? Tomorrow, if you want to locate Python, you need to enter into all these subdirectories, right? A very big path you need to type. So tomorrow, if you want to install any Python module, external module, right, you need to enter this entire path. So just place your mouse before this Python, right? Here, and remove all this, right? Yes, remove all this. C:/Python 3.11. C:/Python 3.11, right? Yes. Means within the C drive, a Python 3.11 means 3.11, 3.11 folder, Python 3.11 folder will be created automatically. Within that folder, this Python is going to get installed. Just say install. Just hardly takes 1 minute for installing Python, right? Yes, many development libraries, standard library, right? 64-bit. Okay, fine. So once it is installed, right, it's almost done with the installation. Once it is done, let us check whether it is properly installed or not, right? Yes. Okay, setup was successful, right? Just to close this, yes. Now go to this command prompt, cmd, type cmd, right? And observe here, right? Yes.
But just wait, I think it's calling it out.
Here, downloads. Whenever I go to the downloads, whenever you click this all releases, they are given a note. Can you see the note? Note that Python 3.9 cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. Clearly, it is giving, right? If you go to the downloads, they itself it is giving a note. Python 3.9 and above that 3.9 cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. So if anyone having Windows 7, you cannot use 3.9 or this above the 3.9. You can go with 3.8 or 3.7. Okay, fine. So once this installation is done, just type cmd in the search panel. Cmd, you can type, yes. Go to this command prompt, right? And just type Python here. Just type Python, Python, right? Yes. Python in that is version what we have installed should display here. And 3 arrow symbol Python interpreter has to be displayed here, right? Yes. Any valid Python statements you can type, right? 4 + 2. X is 10, Y is 2. What is X? What is Y value? What is X plus Y? X into Y. x into 2 x square x into 2 x square, right? X equal to Ajay, y equal to Kumar. So in this way you can interact with Python statement by statement. What I am asking, what is x plus y, means adding these two strings Ajay Kumar, you get the output as Ajay Kumar, right? Yes. X equal to hello, HELLO, right? X equal to hello, right? X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. So say quit to come out of this, right? Say quit to come out of this. Yes. Python installation, right? So if anybody who are working in Linux environment, if they want to use Python, so Python will be inbuilt, no need to install. But if you want the latest version of Python to be installed, right? So you can go with this command, right? So everything you need to do sudo apt-get install. So apt-get install Python 3.11, right? Yes. apt-get install Python 3.11. So this command is going to download and install this Python within the Linux operating system, right? Linux machine. So next is Python execution modes. Python execution modes. Two modes of execution, right? Two modes of execution. One is interactive mode. Second is what? Yes, first is interactive mode and second is batch mode. Interactive mode means just now I discussed, right? So this is what interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it is providing response, right? Yes, interactive mode. Here, we directly type Python statements on the interpreter. And the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. User can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it uses response, right? So the advantage of interactive mode, what advantage we see means, if you doesn't know about any Python functionality, you can type those statements and you can check what output it is providing, right? To test the functionalities of Python, right? To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python for the beginners, for the learners, right? This interactive mode works better. Okay, but if you want to develop applications, using Python, this interactive mode is not preferred. We need to go for batch mode. Here, we write batch of statements or set of statements. We write set of statements within the editors, within the editors or IDs, within the editors or IDEs, and save it as .py extension. And later submit to Python. So observe here, we write set of statements within the editors or IDs, save it as .py extension, and later submit it to Python. So what are the various editors where we can write the Python code? Various editors where we can write the Python code means within the notepad you can write the Python code and create a .py file. Within the edit plus we can write the Python code and create a .py file. In Linux using VI editor, using nano editors, right? The first two are for Windows environment, the next two is for Linux environment, right? Yes. And what are the various IDEs, integrated development environments, right? What are the various IDEs supported by Python, right? The various IDEs means like the PyCharm. In real time, we use these IDEs like PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, yes, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, right? I'll show you how to work with Anaconda, right? Anaconda, Prompt, Navigator, Jupyter, Spider. And VS Code, one more, right? VS Code, Visual Studio Code, right? Yes. So these are the, among these various IDs, right? Yes. PyCharm is the mostly used one. PyCharm is the mostly used. Mostly used. You may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two IDs? Why not one or two IDs? Means so Python is used for different environments using different IDs. Like for example, data science. So data science is using like Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred, and Spider is mostly preferred. Even for big data, Spider is mostly preferred, Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred, and for typical web applications, PyCharm is mostly preferred, VS Code is preferred. In this way, environment to environment, different IDs are preferred. Okay. So developing the first Python application. First Python application, right? Yes. Using a editor. Developing the first Python application using a editor. Example like Notepad. Example like Notepad. Open Notepad and type the Open Notepad. And type the following Python code. Yes, up to now we didn't discuss anything about the Python, right? Technicals. So just what I do, I'll take two numbers and I perform some kind of arithmetic operations. Right, x is 10, y is 20, right? Now print x plus y. Yes, print
Excuse
x.
me, sir. Excuse
Yes.
me. You need to, after installing a Python, you should install the IDE also and Notepad also.
No, Notepad will be available. If you just type Notepad in your search panel, Notepad will.
Yeah, Notepad available. There are no Edit Plus. What is the difference between Edit Plus and IDEs?
It is also here Notepad, Edit Plus, right? Like text editors there. They are text editors, not Python editors. Okay, this edit plus you need to install, it won't be available. So Notepad will be available, right? It's available in the Windows operating system. Edit plus you are supposed, if you say edit plus, you can download and you can install, just like the Notepad only it will be. It is also one text editor, not Python editor, text editor. So VA
And
Nano, if you
this
got knowledge,
ID we would separately install after
ID
installing
is
Python.
in, yes, compulsory. We are supposed to download when we need to install it separately, right? I'll show you, like not on 1 or 2 IDs. I'll show you on 4 to 5 IDs, right? How to work and how to run this Python code. Now, once we are done with a little bit of technical content, I'll show you how to work with IDs. Fine, how to download and how to install and how to run this, right? But now
Okay, thank you.
I have taken two numbers, performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. X by Y. Okay, I'll just copy this code to a separate notepad file, right? Yes. X is 10, Y is 20, print X plus Y, print X minus Y, X into Y, X by Y, right? I just copy it to this file, save. Mm, Save it as test dot, okay, sample one dot py, save it as sample one dot py extension, right? So I've written this code here, right? Now save it as sample one dot py.
Sir, just question, like if we have to save this file, do we have to save it into the C folder only, or we can save it anywhere?
Any folder, any
Okay.
drive you can, that create one folder, right? I'll show you now. Now you need to specify the path where your file is available. Save as sample one dot py. Now submit this file to Python. Now submit this file to Python. How you can submit means, again, go to this command prompt, cmd, type cmd, right? Type cmd and say Python, say what? Python, and give the entire path. And give the entire path, right? C within the C, right? Slash Python 311, right? Sorry, Python 6 AM batch. So type Python and submit the entire path, file path to Python. In the C drive, Python 6 AM batch folder within that sample 1.py is available, right? So you need to specify the file name present in which folder and in which drive, right? The file name, the folder where it is present, and this drive name to Python. Say enter, right? It's 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, and 10 by 20. Observe this. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? Yes. So this, so give the entire path where your file is present, in which folder, in which drive it is available, C drive or D drive. Submit that to Python in this way. So go to command prompt, type Python and give the entire path, which drive, in which folder, and what is the file name. But here, what is your observation? But here, we are writing the code at one place. We are writing the code at one place. Where we are writing? Within the notepad. And executing at the other place. And executing at the other place. Where we are executing? Within the command prompt. So we are writing the code at one place within the notepad and executing at the other place, command prompt. But to write and execute at the same place, but to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, right? Integrated Development Learning Environment, which comes along with Python installation. Using which write and execute at the same place, using which we can write and execute. At the same place, we can write and execute at the same place. Yes. Okay, so how to open this ideally? How can I write and execute at the same place? So the same thing I'm copying, the same code I'm taking. Now how to open this ideally and how to write and execute at the same place? So directly you can type ideally within your search. So you can see ideally Python, right? Ideally Python, and you can click it. Ideally gets open, or go to your start programs, check where all your applications are installed. Scroll down to this Python 3.11. The first one what we see here, ideally Python 3.11. Click it. Otherwise, you can directly in the search ideally Python 3.11. So this Python shell gets open in this way, right? It opens in interactive mode. Interactive mode means any valid statements you can type an interact statement by statement. X plus 2, X value is 10, X plus 2, you can say X minus 2, X into 2, X by 2, right? Yes, everything you can. But I doesn't want to work with interactive mode. I want to work with batch mode. File, new file, you need to say. Here you won't see the run option. If you say file, new file, you can see, you can write here itself. You can run, RU and run is there available, right? You can write and execute at the same place. Just observe here, right? File, save, yes. Within the C drive. sample2.py. It's a what? sample2.py extension, right? Yes, save it.
The run option is not visible, sir.
File, new file, you say. File, it's in the file, new file. You can see the option now.
Yes, sir.
So you can type your code here and you can run here itself. Run module. Yes, can you see 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Once again, you check writing here itself for run module. You can say, right? You can see 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Writing and executing within the same place, right? Yes. So you can just work with this ideally. Later I'll show you how to work on IDEs, how to download and how to install, working on PyCharm, Spider, Jupyter, right? All this VS Code. Right. So here we have discussed like Python Software Foundation, PSF, non-profit organization, right, devoted towards Python community. Was launched in the year 2001. The president is Kudo Van Rossum. The headquarters Delaware, US. Official website python.org. Right, Python versions. The latest version what we are using is 3.11. So installing this 3.11 version, right there. And execution modes, interactive mode and batch mode. In batch mode, interactive mode to test the functionalities and to learn Python, it works better. Batch mode, right? Like we have got editors or IDEs, editors like Notepad, editors. Editors means these are not Python related. Just we can write Python code and create a .py file and submit it. How to submit? Right. So various IDs are like this. I'll show you like how to download and how to install, right? Developing the first Python application. So writing the Python code within the Notepad and saving it, later submit it to Python, right? How to submit to Python means type Python in the command prompt and give the entire file path. Okay.
Sir,
So, yeah,
let's say we have like first time, let's say we declare x equals to 10, y equals 20, and we run x plus 5. Now in the notepad again, sorry, in the command prompt, if we have to give the path, do we have to restart command prompt or we can, because if I'm giving right now, the entire path is showing error because every
Sir,
time we
how
have
to
to,
go back him into say exit from
yes,
that CMD?
okay, type CMD, right? And type Python and give the path, entire path.
No, sir, actually, may I show you a screen, sir? For 1 second.
Yes, share the screen.
1 second, sir. It is okay. Sir, this error he is talking about. You want to exit from this program, no, sir?
Quit, 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 you say? Yes. No, don't give in this. Quit, 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 you say? QUIT, brackets, you need to give. QUIT and give the brackets. Oh, open and close, yes. Enter. Quit from that. That is
Yes, sir.
interactive mode. We need to come out of the interactive mode. Now you are working with batch mode, right? Type
Yes.
Python. Is Python installed?
Yes, sir.
Python and use space. No. Again, you are going to interact. Don't say enter.
Yes,
Quit.
yes.
QUIT, quit. Yes, quit and say Python. Use space. Python space. You use. Just type Python. Use space and use the path C drive slash the folder name slash file name. Right? Don't say enter. If you say enter again, it will go to interactive mode. You want to work with batch mode? Yes. C colon, right, slash, blackboard slash, right, the folder. What is your folder name?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
The folder and the file name, right? Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So if you want to work with batch mode, right? Yes, Python space, the drive name, the folder name, and the file name, right? Otherwise, if you feel this okay in this path, I need to enter directly. Go to this ideally. Go to this ideally, right? Yes. Go to that ideally, right? And directly write your code and just say run module. That's it. Okay, fine. Any other queries, right? As part of today's session, right? I showed you the installation, execution modes, two modes of execution, right? Interactive mode and batch mode, right?
Which ideally we are going to use in the like for our plan.
What is it?
Which ideally we are going to use Jupyter.
Which IDE means? So for Python, mostly used IDE is PyCharm. I'll show you on PyCharm, and I'll also show you on Jupyter Notebook. I'll show you on Spider ID. I'll show you on VS Code. So multiple IDs I'll be showing you. Tomorrow, if you go to any environment, you can work on the IDs. Right? But mostly used in our right is PyCharm is the mostly used one. PyCharm Professional is there. PyCharm Community is there. Right?
Sir, actual class when you will start, sir?
Today started right installation.
Or this,
From today- from
no,
today-
as
from
per
today.
schedule, I joined late actually. As per schedule, it is mentioned to a demo class only today also.
So today it continues, right? From today and tomorrow it continues like that. Today we
Today
are
and tomorrow's the class started.
today is there, right? Today I just showed you that Python versions installation. Again, it won't be repeated. It goes like this. Inside.
You will be sharing today's the recording session.
And one more thing, yes, that's what I'm going to say. If you see in the chart panel, right, a big message is given by this, two messages were given by this online team. See the
Yeah.
first message, you can see that demo link. You can see that demo videos link. You can see the demo videos link, right? The
Yeah.
previous videos and what we have discussed, and the Python course content, and the total full stack course content, right? Python, Django, and UI course content is provided. And just to go through it, and about the payment process and procedures, who wants only Python, it's 5,000. And if you want to go for Python full stack web development, which includes Python, along with Python, Django, UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? It's 10,000, right?
To
and,
learn the Python is it the HTML, CSS, Java and all must?
For Python, not required. For if you want to go for web development, web applications creations, it's required. You want to create web applications, right?
Yes.
Using how to create a web page using HTML, CSS, right? And later using Python, how we can interact, right? For that, it's required. So the contact details of this online team is provided, right? You can see that the contact details you can make use, and the different ways the payment process and procedure is also provided, right? Don't forget to share your screenshot of your payment to this DURGASOFT online training. Then only they can forward you that is the link, paid link. So okay, fine. Someone was asking, and before that, right? Before that, next session will be on Monday. Tomorrow there is no class. So again, we'll meet on Monday, right? Saturday, Sundays, Monday to Friday, right? Fine. So next class will be on Monday, same time at 6 o'clock. You can use the same link, right? To see more on this, we'll be entering into the technicals of Python, like data types and variables, what happens internally when we define a variable in Python, how to print its value, how to print its address, how memory is allocated, how to print the type of that variable, content of that variable, address of that variable, right? Yes. Fine.
Basically, I'm joining first time actually today.
Yes. So those who are planning, those who are, this is that today I was just entering into this technicals. Previous we have got just introduction why Python, what is the usage of Python. So if anybody still missed yesterday's session, right? So you can just go through that in the chart panel. You can see that demo video, right? Videos.
Actually,
Yes.
this is a fresher level classes or experience level classes.
Experience level, right? From basic level to advanced level. So
Actually, I'm class of 2019.
2019.
So I put in the experience and paid experience. Can I survive the useful?
So that's why it's like only for Python we are spending nearly 70 hours, and apart from that 70 hours for total The other like UI technologies and Django, we are spending like 50 to 60 hours more. Totally, it's a 130 hours course. For Python, like 2.5 months we will be spending, and for the other things we'll be spending like 2 months more. Totally 4 months, right? It's a total in-depth, in brief we'll be discussing, right? I'm saying that we will be developed with 15 to 20 applications creations we'll be doing. So we'll get a great command with that. Means the best by doing 1 or 2 applications, okay. But if you're doing like 15 to 20 applications, right? Using the Django framework, you will get great command. So a typical 3+ years experienced person, how much knowledge you have, I'll be providing that kind of knowledge. So it's a total everything, total Python full stack, everything you will be learning here. And if you want only Python, you can just go for Python core advanced and application oriented. It's like 70 hours course, 5,000 will be the fees for it. And for total full stack, it is 10, right? Fine. So
బేసికలీ ఈ డెవలపింగ్ సైడ్ అనేది 3 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెట్టుకున్న కంపెనీలో సర్వైవ్ కావచ్చు ఈ క్లాస్ వల్ల.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not like 1 or 2 applications. I'm saying 15 applications I'll be going to show you, right? So with that, you can get a great command, I'm saying, right?
ఓకే ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Fine. Any other queries, right? Anyone?
Sorry to ask you a repeated question, but where can I see the recording? Because I don't see it in the chat window.
Chat window. Yeah. Did you join late?
Yeah.
The chart, it is available in the first beginning. You can go up and see.
Yes, yes. I think they joined late.
Yeah, I joined late.
So can anyone paste that?
Somebody did it.
Do you teach TK?
I have it. I have it.
Yes, yes. Yes, TK intermodal is as part of this
Thank
course.
you.
And other messages also you can paste, right? Yes. Okay. So this is the course content, right? TK Inter is included in it. We have got the GUI programming, I said, right? That is the TK Inter will be discussing. So once again, see the course content, you can observe this course content, right? Python basics, Python operations, operators in Python, IDEs in Python, flow control statements, loopings, strings, collections, Python lists, tuples in Python, Python sets, Python dictionaries, functions in Python, modules in Python, packages in Python, errors and exceptions like file handling, object-oriented programming concepts, regular expressions in Python, database connectivity, Python, how to connect with database, Python datetime model, OS model, advanced concepts like iterator.
Sir, you will cover the data science to connect to the Python also.
Yes. So here Python database connection, installing of one database also I'll be showing you how to connect with the database, how to perform different operations, right? By writing Python code, right? Executing SQL queries, retrieving data from database, writing Python code, using bind variables, transaction management, right? Everything. And OS module, advanced concepts, iterator, generator, closures, decorators, web scraping, and GUI programming. Just now someone asked TK Inter is covered or not, right? Direction components, row windows, all this. Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, and some modules like important pandas module in brief, in depth, it will be discussed, and NumPy, numerical Python, in depth, and matplotlib. So 30 topics in brief, right? You can just compare it with any other training sites we'll be discussing in brief, right? Yes.
So sir, I'm having one doubt. So in the real time, we'll use Python to develop web-based applications.
Yes. Python not only for web-based, any kind of applications you can develop. Web-based applications, automation applications, where data science is using in machine learning, in deep learning, Python is the language, right? In automation applications, in web applications, networking applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, in gaming applications, right? Today Python is mostly used. In the yesterday session, I was saying, right? Python is the #1 ranked programming, right? With many different types of applications creations. So you can see if you type most popular coding language, right? Python is the #1 ranked among it. From the last 2, 3, 4 years, right? Python is mostly used in different high-end technologies and for implementing different applications, right? All kind of applications you can develop using Python, except one application, right? Python is very less used in mobile applications. Remaining all, Python is used everywhere, right? In automation applications, web-based applications, gaming applications, graphic applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, all this, right? So using this Django, and we'll discuss MBT architecture, model view template architecture. So this Django templates admin, and also UI technologies, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and MySQL, right? Fine.
And you have mentioned that debugging things.
Yes,
What
yes.
are debugging? You're going to teach Python debug tool?
Yes.
Okay.
So in the IDs, we'll be getting that inbuilt option, right? How to debug the code, right? Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So yes. So if I'm done with your queries, then I'll sign off for now. Meet you on Monday, right? Same time at 6 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir,
Mo-
can you
Yeah.
share this text, not add?
Yes, yes, I'll forward it. So I said you'll be getting the recorded video daily, every day you'll be getting the recorded video. So once you got enrolled, right, you'll be getting the recorded video, you'll be getting this kind of classroom notes, and a WhatsApp group will be created, and for technical discussions, and assignments and tasks will be provided topic wise, right? Yes. Fine. So I'm stopping. We'll continue on Monday, right? 6 a.m. You can use the same link, right? Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you all for your time. Meet you on Monday.